Welcome to the version of Let's Play Farming Simulator 2013 on the Glenmalure farm. Alright, so our barley is ready to be harvested. Yes, it's barley. Whew, I made a mistake there. So we got a couple things going on today. First things first, we got this harvest to take care of. So let's go ahead and fire this guy up. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a couple of lens around this field and then try and hire a worker and see how it works. I don't have auto combine, so that's not going to work, but maybe this will. We're going to find out. I think what's going to happen is I'll do probably 2 headlands around the outside and then hire a worker and see how that works out. We got our Unimogs hooked up to the trailer there. You guys, with a resounding yes, said the Unimog should be able to handle the trailer, so I figured might as well take their advice and use that to take the grain to a appropriate location. Now we gotta decide what to do next on the farm. Whether or not we should go in, like, this is the predicament we're in. We only have one field that we can get money from at the moment. So either we harvest this field a few times, or we can start doing a little bit of biogas. Now, some people, when I started this series, they said, yeah, go ahead and do the biogas a little bit. I have to think about where the biogas even is in this map. I'm pretty sure there is one. I just don't remember exactly where it is. Yeah, I don't remember where it is. I know there is one, though, so... so we could do biogas a little bit. Now, I did do a little bit of silage off camera, basically just to have a little bit of a stockpile ready. So that's probably what we're going to have to do in order to, you know, progress a little bit, because, well, we're running into a situation where I can't hire workers very often on this map, nor can I use courseplay very easily. Like, I tried using courseplay on this field, and what happened is he ran straight into the fence anyway, so I would either have to make this field smaller by putting like a headland of grass around it, or do it myself. So those are kind of the options that we have available to us. Now, I don't mind doing it myself because there are small fields. It's not too bad. It's you know, it's pretty fun. It's not too bad actually. So if they were ginormous fields like the modern American farming map, that would have been a little bit painful to have to do that all manually. But on this map, it's not too bad. It's like after this headland, we're basically going to be, you know, halfway done about. Which is kind of the funny part about this particular map, because, you know, you can do that type of stuff. You can, you know, do a couple rounds, do a couple ends around the field, and you'll be half done basically, which is nice. It's a nice part about this. So it does make our lives a little bit easier in that regards. So let's just see. Nope, it's not what I wanted, Ian. I wanted this. I'm going to close this. Let's turn this bad boy on, or not off, on. And I want it on 5, I guess it is. There. After all that, I didn't really need to stop there, but I was too busy fiddling with the camera, so that's what happens when you fiddle with the camera, I guess. So this just basically, this is one of the features I really like about this combine, is that you have that camera up there to assist you with, you know, where your header is, so you can be as efficient as possible basically, which is really nice, especially when you're harvesting in cab like I'm doing right now. It's crazy to think like how much technology has progressed in terms of, you know, farming and whatnot. Like, think about back in the day when they had an open cab basically, and the way they gauged how much they could do is, you know, basically just out in the field, and, you know, you just eyeball it. Now they have precision agriculture, which allows them to do stuff like this, and having like a camera showing them how wide you can go. Now this would be, if you're doing it manually, this is the way it would work, right? But if we were in a bigger operation, we would have GPS and all that jazz, and that would allow us to be extremely accurate. Alright. Let's just turn this off for a second here. And we're at 90% from 2 headlands, and we should have, quote-unquote, enough room now to... apparently his windshield wipers are still on. it was raining here, and I was like, oh, I don't want to record in the rain, but I think I'm going to have to record in the rain at least once or twice because this is Ireland. Ireland's not really known for its sunshine, so... Oh, can I make a turn? Nice. So Ireland's not known for its sunshine, so I'm going to have to deal with that because there is lots of rain here. It was raining a little bit off camera, so I was like, oh, what am I going to do? So I just let it slide for the time being and fast forwarded time a little bit. Now the funny thing what happened was I moved time forward a little bit, and then the field was ready, and then it started raining, so I was like, oh man, I hope this doesn't have, I hope we don't wither the crop before. I did have an alternative, like I did have an alternative plan if the crop did wither, which would have been kind of funny to see, but luckily it didn't. Alright, let's give this a try. Let's see if we can't do this. So let's line this up right about here. And then let's just get him going first, and then we shall hire a worker. Let's just see how it works. I'm not 100% how that's going to work out, so let's move him out of the way here, because he is definitely going to be in the way here. Oh, we had a little bit of trouble getting started there, so just gotta keep that in mind to see, you know, how powerful this truck is. This truck technically has 150 horsepower, so it should be more than powerful enough for most situations. So I'm not too worried about it, but it will create problems. It potentially could create problems. Where's my farm all? Did I leave him in a field somewhere? Oh no, it's right there. Alright, let's hop in the Ursus. Now, one of the things we need to do in the Ursus is that, as I mentioned, wrong button again. As I mentioned, we are going to need to probably do some silage in order to make some money. But this is Ireland, and in the UK and in Ireland they do silage a little bit. Now the problem I'm running into right now is I have no way of getting silage into a trailer. Not easily, at least. We do have the rake, which we could use, technically. But it would make our lives rather... Oh, I can't do silage right now. What am I thinking? Never mind. I was going to do silage right then, but I really can't, so... I guess we could do a little bit of baling. We should be able to do that at the same time. A lot of you guys were saying that I could use the Unimog for baling and stuff like that, but I'll probably... Oops. Should probably lift that support off first. A lot of people were saying I could use it for that, but I just, that was weird. I just don't, it doesn't feel right. That's what it boils down to for me, so. So because of that, I probably won't use it for some agricultural things, i.e. Baling or cultivating, although you can use it for it. I do understand you can use it for that. It just seems a bit odd to me, mainly because I'm from North America. I think I mentioned this last time, so. Alright, let's collect this straw. So we're going to try and... One of the things we can do is... One of the things we need to do, actually, is we need to deal with our pigs, because... Let me just bring this back up here. You can see our pigs. We have 79 pigs now. And they don't have anything at the moment, apparently. No mixed rations, they have no water, they have no straw. And we can't actually give them straw yet. We can give them grass. Not at the exact moment, just because... how am I going to do this? I don't want to put a bale in the middle of his path, so... It's going to be a little bit of a Yui here. 90, 99. Of course you're going to 100%, aren't you? Yeah. Alright, so we're going to... I'm just going to line it up over here, in the bale this way. Crap, I need to be running first, though. I'm going to drop the bale over here, and then close that up. So you guys like the baling aspect of it, so I don't have any other collect the bales, and I do need the bales at this particular time. We've kind of need a bit of a stockpile in order to make sure that we have enough straw for our pigs, and potentially cows later on. We'll see. The cows are a bit more of a problem on this particular map. Not this map, but what basically a lot of people were saying is that don't go too crazy into cows. because you're doing cows on the OGF Bayer farm. So I agree. So we may get some, but for now I think we'll forego getting a lot of cows because they are expensive as well, right? So let's slow down here a little bit. There we go. We're full. Let's back this up. Lift that up there. Pop the bale out. Nice. And he is just sitting here, so let's go ahead and line him up properly. So, like I was saying, what do you guys think I should do about the farm? Do you think we should go into biogas a little bit more? I know some of you guys said that already. Because, well, the problem is we don't have any way to deal with biogas at the moment. Like, we can make silage, but we can't get the silage into, I don't know, from our farm to the biogas facility yet. And actually I'm not sure where the biogas facility is either, so that's a whole other aspect. Alright, let's go and load the combine. Oh, I'm gonna have to wait till he's on the other side. I don't particularly want to drive over my crop if I can help it. It's gonna turn around anyways, so. Man, that Ursa is so loud when you're not in it. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy loud. Like, this is all nice and quiet when you're inside of it, but not so much the Ursas. A lot of people are saying sell the Ursus, but like I mentioned last time, I don't have many options in terms of what I could replace it with, in terms of how much money I would get from it. So, alright, let's give this guy an option here. Apparently people always say you can press number 4 to line up the speed, but you have to, because I have the ELS millimeter, I have to manually adjust it still, which I don't mind. But this truck is actually really good for this because I can see right out the back perfectly. Look at that. Not every vehicle has that capability, so. Nice. It's still a hybrid and still unloading. 91%, 92%, 94%. There's still a little bit left here. Come on now. This is what happened last time, if you remember. There was a little tiny strip left, and we couldn't do much with it. Let's turn a little turn here. This combine just is so, it's crazy, it's pretty nimble, which surprises me a lot actually. Maybe we can scroll that. There you go. Perfect. Let's hop back in the gas truck here. Or Unimog, right? Now I think what'll this time is instead of using the Ursus to go back and forth and pick up the bales, I'll probably use the Mog. Should be able to handle them. There we go. This is what happens when you have a small field. You get done in like 5. Well, it felt really quick, but it was really, I suppose it wasn't that quick, but quick enough. Alright. Let's park her back up in here. And if we do get any other fields, we're going to have to start using that trailer a lot more because this combine header will not get through all of the areas where we need to get through. Let's hop in the Ursus. Turn it off. It helps if I turn the baler off too. And let's go sell this. Now let's go take a quick peek. This is Barley, JF's pub still. Okay, guess we're going on a little bit of a trek. Luckily, this thing isn't as bad at gas as the other thing. I don't think, at least. But I'm not sure how fast we'll be able to go with this in comparison, so. Doing 30 clicks, it's not terrible, I guess. We do need the money, though. That's the problem, so. If we don't do biogas, we probably will run into a situation where we'll need to always do silage or something like that, so. We'll have to see. Now, I need to keep the map open because I have no idea where JF's... Well, that's not true. I kind of know where it is. We're in Ireland, so I need to be on the left side of the road. This throws me off so much. Living where I do in Ontario, we don't drive on this side of the road, so I have to like actually remind myself to do it every single time. Oh, my game's freezing again. Weird. Don't know what's going on there. It's kind of bothering me. Don't know if it's my save file or something, but it's been a couple times that the game's kind of frozen up, lagged up a little bit, and it's not been cool, so to keep that in mind. Well, this truck actually is pretty quick. It does 50 clicks. It's not too bad. It's a speed limit here anyway, so... Or no, 80 kilometers an hour. Okay, so maybe it's a bit slower. Can we go this way? No. That way will not... Is there a pathway there? It looks like there is. Ooh, let's throw caution to the wind and try it. Eesh. Let's just see it, because it's probably going to be a bit quicker if we do it this way, and this is a bumpy road apparently, so... We'll see. We have an off-roading vehicle technically, so shouldn't be too bad. If not, we can always, you know, turn around and do this and head back in the opposite direction, but... I love the in-cab sound. I don't know why, but it's been like my... One of the things I check like all the time now with new mods. I'm like, does it have in-cab sound? Does it have this? It's actually that and dynamic exhaust. And I think this one has both. Yeah, looks like it. Not as dynamic, not as exhaustless, not as black smokish as I would like, I guess. I don't know. I've been playing around with some of the semi trucks and some semi. Oops, I need to turn right up here. Oh, sweet, didn't pass it. Some of the semis have like a crazy amount of black smoke coming out of them when you start them up, and then when you start going, it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like it, but not every truck, every semi has that. What's the great demand on for? Just in case I don't screw that up. Manure, straw, manure. Okay, well, we're good then. All right, so it looks like on the map there is a spot where we can go from here. I hope it's not just a path, and it seems... Oh, it's a... that type of path. That's unfortunate. Rather unfortunate. I don't think... Okay, I know this isn't realistic, but this is it's a long way around, so... There's a path here, and if we can get through it, I guess that's okay. The people don't mind too much, it looks like. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. We're gonna be able to do this? Maybe. Okay, well at least I'll know for next time. So this is probably the only time I ever do this because this is ridiculous. But it did work, so it's not all bad, I guess. But next time we'll go around the long way because that was only slightly unrealistic, right? Because every truck would just drive on a sidewalk to drop off a load of barley, right? Yeah. No. Anyways, it looked like a path. It was hard to tell on the map, so I was like, well, let's just see if it is one or not. And it was a path, but not meant for vehicles, so. I kind of like how small this truck is. I've been used to playing with big trucks, so having this small truck is actually kind of nice because maneuverability and whatnot. Alright, so we're at 100 or 1300. Let's see how much money we get. It's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4, 5, 6. That's not too bad, I guess. Not as much as I would like, but better than nothing. So this is the predicament we're going to be in because we only have small fields, so it's not really financially feasible to run the entire farm off only crops. At least that's my opinion. It seems like we're going to have to do a little bit more stuff like silage, for example. I do have some eggs on me. I suppose we could sell the eggs too. So, I don't know. We'll see. So you guys said I should use this truck for this kind of stuff, and I am. And I'm kind of glad you guys suggested it because this truck's way faster and a lot more fuel efficient, it looks like, than the Ursus. Seems to be, at least. Like, the Ursus would have been like half a tank of fuel already. As opposed to this, which is, you know, still rocking 115 liters, so. And it's quieter, too, which is nice. So. Alright, we got 46 eggs. We're carrying 46 eggs, and 3 eggs left. Alright, well, we'll see. We'll see. It's finally, we had the first day of spring the other day. Google told me that via the Google search. They're like, hey, first day of spring today. So I guess for those farmers who haven't thought about what they're going to plant, I'd be very surprised if they hadn't thought about that already. But they should be really considering it now. One of the things I was reading a while back was in terms of soybeans, and a lot of farmers are going to start plant soybeans because the price of corn is so far down. So basically, this change out corn and put in soybeans, because soybeans pretty good money. But the problem is, if you have more people going for soybeans, it's going to drive the price down for soybeans. And actually, what's happening right now, which is kind of interesting, is there is I believe there's a surplus of soybeans coming in from Brazil. So I think the price of soybeans is actually taking a pretty big hit. I follow this guy on Twitter named Philip Shaw. He's from Canada, and one of the things he was talking about was the fact that we'll just do this. It's gonna drop the eggs off. Yep, that's right. I'm just gonna park it right here. One of the things he was talking about was the fact that many farmers are considering soybeans as an alternative. So, but there we go, $300. It's not so bad. But what he was saying was he talked about that, and he also talked about oh my goodness, I'm losing my train of thought here. All right, stop. Think. Yeah. So he said on Twitter that soybeans are taking a pretty big hit, and it's probably because of Brazil, because there's a surplus there. Now, another interesting thing that's happening right now is because Canada, this is more specific to Canada, but what happened is Canada recently signed a free trade agreement with Korea, which means that we will have more opportunity export to Korea, which is good. Oh, I need to think of where I am here. Which is good for, I guess I could have gone the other way in the end. Which is good for some farmers, but not for all farmers. So, so those farmers who are beef farmers, beef cattle, I believe, and poultry, I think they're the ones that are happy about this particular decision that was made, because it does allow them to potentially export more to Korea, which is a pretty darn big market. So, if they're able to export there, well, that's more money in their pocket, right? Let's see if we can make this turn here. Perfect. Look at that. Not too bad. This thing's actually surprisingly easy to maneuver. A lot easier than I thought it was going to be, actually, for whatever reason. Alright, so we do have a little bit of mixed rations ready. So, let's go ahead and pick that up. Now, originally, what I was going to do on this map was going to get like a semi-truck that had the box attached, like a dump truck type of thing, but in the end this is going to work out probably better than that, because I can use it for other things than just dump truck related stuff. Excellent. Mixed rations does go in here. I wasn't sure. I was kind of curious as to whether we're going to have this problem or not. Actually, we're not going to need this much mixed rations. Why is it white? Last time I checked, TMR would not be white. At least it recognizes it as forage mix. Alright. Let's see how much of this the pigs are actually going to need, because it's probably not going to need that much. Not accepted here, eh? I'm sure it's accepted somewhere along this line. If I just drive slow enough, it'll be like, hey, we accept the TMR here. And if they don't, I'd be kind of annoyed. What? Alright, one more time. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. It must have been right at the start, maybe? Is it at the start? Let's just see. Hey, look, there's a fire truck going outside. That's odd. Do I have to get closer then, maybe? Or is it on the side? Usually you just drive straight. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I just need to get closer, apparently. They're not going to need all of this. And if they do need all of this, they're pigs. Get it? Didn't. That was a terrible joke. I'm sorry. I was never meant to make good jokes. Oh, they did take all of it. That's kind of surprising, actually. Now that should put them up to about 40%, I think it is, because TMR does bring them up pretty high in comparison to other things. Now, we have 8,000. Let's turn this off so they don't have it idling here. Let's just take a quick peek. There's a couple options we have. This is 113 horsepower. And that would give us 14,000. This is what I'm thinking. If we do sell one of the tractors, we probably can't sell this tractors because it's 150 horsepower. Because what needs 150 horsepower? That I think needs quite a bit. This is what needs 150 horsepower. So there's no point in selling the tractor and then not being able to use this, because that helps to compact, and this also works better with a more powerful tractor. And this technically needs 100 horsepower minimum. So if we did sell that, we could theoretically get a front loader, which would allow us to get my favorite mod, which is the conveyor belt. Let's take a quick peek here. How much is it? I always forget. I think it's like 6 grand or something. That's 35,000 for that thing? Jeez, that's more expensive than I thought it was going to be. That's out of our limit. Just a little bit. Yeah, it's only 6,000. Telehandle. So it's only, we could actually get it right now, but we can't actually. I don't have the trailer anymore. I must have deleted it because I never use it with the trailer. So we could theoretically get it, and we're going to need to deal with that at some point. So that's something we need to consider. We can move the silage. We can put it into with the rake. I guess we could do it. Well, I'll show you what I'm thinking about, just so you guys know. Let's just say it's not my preferred option, but it is an option right now. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so watch out for that wall, Iain. I cut that corner just a wee bit too much. Also, probably wouldn't be driving this fast around your yard, just saying. Alright, so we have this ramp here. So what we could do, gotta start paying attention to where I'm driving. Being a poor driver today, apparently. So let's take a little bit of a drive. Let's do a drive through here, because we do have this little pathway right here where we can drive straight into here, which is kind of cool, actually. And is that going to be? So that's still going to be too high to get into this trailer. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Let's go find out. So what I'm thinking is using the trailer right there with that ramp, and then using the rake to put it into the back of the trailer. Now I'm not sure. We're gonna find out. We're gonna use the rake with our. We can use this thing with everything, so I might as well start using it a bit more to make it a bit more helpful, a bit more useful. I don't know if you'd actually. I want to say you probably wouldn't do this, because this truck doesn't look like it's a very heavy truck. And if you were to put a lot of weight on the back with a well, in this case it's silage, of course, but if you were to put a lot of this on the back of this, I think the front end would probably tip. Just a thought. I don't know if it would or not, but I'm not sure how heavy the Unimog actually is. Alright, lift that up. It may just, oh well, it may be high enough. I don't know. It's hard to say whether or not this is going to work the way I want it to, but we're going to find out in a second. I think it's still going to be too low. Yeah, I probably could, but you know I can't. These mods are just too well made. Like sometimes what you can do is you can just put it straight through, but in this case you can't. Okay, well that's not going to work. Alright, so my ultimate plan is a failed one, apparently. So Anyways, let's put this right in here because our mixing stations is out of silage already, so there we go. Oh, I never noticed that sound before. It actually makes like a scraping sound when you do that too. Oh, that's cool. Let's just put this buck rake. Let's leave it right here. Right there is good for the time being. Alright, so that does kind of limit our options. So we could, here's what the option would be. We could, A, get the conveyor belt and a front loader. B, get a front loader and use a bucket, which is only going to be a short-term solution, I'll guarantee you that, because that's not something I would go out of my way and do for a long-term thing. So keep that in mind as well. So that's a couple of the options that we have available to us. We could do it, you know, either with a front loader and a bucket for a while and then switch to the conveyor belt, or just go straight to the conveyor belt right away. So that is a couple of the options we have available, so not sure. Anyways, I think what I do is going to stop the episode there for now. We did a harvest, we did a little bit of baling. What we'll probably do is we'll come back next episode, I think, and finish off the baling. We'll see. Maybe we'll do a little bit off camera and we'll just have a little bit for the next episode. So let me know what you guys think about that. What should we do in terms of money is one question. Do you think we should do the silage? I think a lot of people said do the silage, so we are going to do that. Just a question of how much, because the more silage we do, the more money we can make, but we do have to, you know, take into consideration that course play isn't going to work for all of that, or the hard worker, for example. Where exactly is the biogas plant? I think it was in town somewhere around here. I have to go find it again. I forget. Anyways, like I said, I'm going to finish the episode there for now. I'll do a little bit more baling off camera, and then maybe we'll finish it up in the next episode, and we'll see where we go from there. And the other question was about the front loader versus the conveyor belt. I'm leaning towards the conveyor belt heavily. Let's just say that. Alright, so my name's Iain Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2013 on the Glenmalure Farm. Catch you guys later.